Alright, I'm a little late to the party, but Volume 8 for Need for Speed Unbound has arrived and cops are now in season. And you know what? Props to the team. They've managed to keep this game alive for almost 2 years now, and looking back at Need for Speed Heat, that was a great game, but it got no support afterwards. I think Unbound had a bit of a shaky launch. It still holds mixed reviews, some like it, some don't, but they have tried to maintain it as much as possible. This time we've got the Hot Pursuit update, which means a new speed pass, and I have to say they kinda went off with this one. Given that it's a cop themed update, we've got new police projections, license plates and LED trails. They added some cop cars for nostalgia. The Porsche 959 from Hot Pursuit is back, and they've even gone as far back as 2005 by adding Cross's legendary Corvette from Need for Speed Most Wanted. I know for sure everyone's going to be using this.
Everyone!
Even at level 24, you get a reminder of how aggressive Danny Shaw was from Need for Speed Heat. And of course, the new vehicle I think I'll see a lot more of in other events, the Lotus Evija. A very powerful electric hypercar. I think it has the possibility to rival the Koenigsegg. I have seen some videos comparing the two, so there's definitely going to be some experimenting. But yeah, overall the speed pass is solid. There's a lot of things I want to get. I like the look of some of the tire options, LED trails, and even without buying the pass you do get some decent items, including the new Lotus, so I'm happy. If I do hit level 75 before the season is over, I'll definitely buy it to get the extra items I missed. The only downside is I believe the cop cars can only be used in cop related events. You can't take them into free roam unfortunately, which I think could have been hilarious, but the new modes are cool. They are free as well, you don't have to buy the pass for them. The main one, Cops vs Racers, is inspired by Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. You're randomly picked to be a racer or cop in this 4v4 chase where racers have to survive and make it to the finish line and cops have to bust them. A cool aspect is if you are busted, you aren't just sitting around doing nothing, you'll join the cops instead. It's something that was never a thing in the original Hot Pursuit, you just spectate, but if they did have this, I'm not sure if it would have been balanced. The number of cops might be too much for racers, especially since they can't repair themselves during a chase in Hot Pursuit, so full health cops would have an easy time taking them down had they been moved to the other team. In Unbound though, you can repair yourself as much as you want provided there's a gas station, so you have a fighting chance at least. But anyway, this mode is structured in a way where cops would start slightly ahead, racers would start further back, but would also get a rolling head start. They'd be at an acceptable speed by the time they pass, but cops have infinite nitro, so catching up is easy. It balances out. And if you're worried about starting off in a Crown Victoria, don't worry, it holds up well all things considered. The HUD is completely different too, as you get pursuit tech, so roadblocks, spike strips and EMPs can be used in this mode, and you get them from completing the challenges in the cop career. And I would assume all of these can only be completed in the Hot Pursuit event. I haven't unlocked any yet as of recording this video, so I'm just having to go full send on racers. But yeah, it's a good game mode. I like how they've incorporated the Hot Pursuit elements. It's my favourite Need for Speed, so I could be a bit biased in that regard, but even if you don't want to spend money on this game, you can still have fun in the new modes it has to offer, so big props to the team for this. This mode resets the tier every day or so, which is understandable. We've had this issue before where certain tiers would get neglected, like Class B or A. Most people would want S plus events or whatever, so having a predetermined one makes it as fair as it could get. But that would mean having a car for every tier to avoid using the rentals, which most people have by now anyway. There is also another game mode which misled me a little bit, or more so I got my hopes up. There's no way they could have done this. The Lakeshore's Most Wanted event. As soon as I saw Most Wanted, I instantly thought about the official Hot Pursuit mode. Instead, everyone gets to use the Hot Pursuit Diablo and some sprint and circuit events. I don't know if it's the camera angle, but it does look slightly different from Unbound's Diablo. I don't know, maybe I'm bugging. But yeah, I believe this was a DLC car back in 2010, so if you've not touched Hot Pursuit or the remastered version for a while, you might feel some nostalgia. It's not what I expected, a bit underwhelming given that it's not the Most Wanted mode, but Cops vs Racers is still enjoyable for the time being. Despite me getting my ass kicked, I'm a little rusty in the racing department right now. I think this might be it for Volume 8's content, so it's unlikely we'll get a Most Wanted mode. The Year 2 roadmap hasn't said anything about Volume 9, but so far we've had Need for Speed Underground and Hot Pursuit inspired updates. And given that Cross's Corvette is in the Speed Pass, it could be a hint to something inspired by 2005's Most Wanted, which would be cool. I might be way off, but if I'm right, it's just a question of what the new game mode would be. I think a challenge series mode would be cool. For those who aren't familiar, in Most Wanted it's a separate mode where you have to complete a specific task with a specific car. For example, escape escaping the cops after a certain amount of time has passed, dodge a certain number of spike strips, race to a location in a pizza delivery car, or get a high bounty in a cement truck. With the latter being really random, it was hilarious looking back on some of these. It's like, what were they smoking back then? A cement truck, of all things? I will say listening to the cops' radio chatter while driving this thing was funny. These guys were stressed. So if they decide to do something like this in the future with Unbound, I think it could be fun. One other idea I've had is another free roam event. The link ups are great, don't get me wrong, I love doing them. It's pretty much all I do in free roam at the moment. But having another objective we could do as a lobby would be nice. I'm not sure what, because link ups combine an array of objectives into one session, so I'm out of ideas. I genuinely can't think of anything. If anyone's had any thoughts about a new free roam event, let me know, because I'm interested to see what you would have come up with. But anyway, a bit of a short one for me. For anyone playing this new update, let me know your thoughts and what you'd like to see when Volume 9 hits in October. I hope you guys enjoyed, take care and see you next time.